You know, it seems like a foregone conclusion. I am always glued to the Olympics, but there seems to be a question of, you know, whether they're still as wildly popular as they once were. My thought would be yes, but what are your observations?
Well, no, what's really fascinating is this Paris Olympics is the biggest one since London in 2012, and it's even bigger than that. It's much bigger than Rio or Sochi or Beijing or Tokyo. Nobody really knows why. It's very interesting. I mean, on the scale, to give you a sense of how big this is this year, 30 million Americans are tuning in daily. And the #1 TV show last year was Sunday Night Football. That was 20 million Americans. So if you think about the huge audience this is garnering, it's pretty extraordinary.
You know, is it sort of a lot of the nuanced stories are very unique this year? You know, you have Simone Biles return to the Olympic stage. You know, you've had all these sort of stars emerging. Snoop is bringing his special swag to everything. You have, you know, Nedorazek on the pommel horse. So we do have a lot of really great stories popping up. Leon Marchand and his, you know, his debut. So there does seem to be a lot of sort of sticking points.
Yes, you got the celebrities, you got great storylines, you got it's almost overdetermined in that sense. But you also don't forget you have amazing technology. Paris looks incredible. And
let's talk about that, because the Olympics, being as popular they are a great stage for broadcasting innovation. So how are we seeing that materialize this year,
okay,
or this Olympics?
Right, so here's one example of the future. So NBC sent out a bunch of social media influencers. They all had close to 1 million or over 1 million followers, and they gave them press credentials. And I'm not really following it, but apparently they're doing a great job of showing off the Olympics to their followers, which is bringing them over to TV. If this works, we're going to start seeing this in NFL football games, NBA playoffs, the World Series. You'll start seeing social media influencers everywhere.
So sort of as Olympic athletes break records, set new standards, and kind of bolster the world stage as far as sport is concerned, the process of bringing their stories to viewers is actually also going to set new standards and new stages.
Yeah, I think so, the promotion. And yeah, the ratings show that it's very successful.
Now, what's been your favorite part? Because there's been a lot to watch. I love the Muppets, so every time the Muppets pop up, I'm happy. But what's your favorite?
I like controversial stuff. Like to me, it's fascinating. The big controversy over the boxing.
Yes.
And those kind of storylines, and Noah Lyle's COVID. Like, I know it sounds strange, but I like it from a journalistic angle more than the sports angle.
Sure. Yeah. You kind of you're checking all the boxes this year for sure.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your perspective. We really, really appreciate it, folks. Your updated forecast is coming up next.